2022 Monday night. It's our call-in show. It is Victory Monday. Eric, before we get started, though, we have a very special announcement, a thank you of sorts. You want to go ahead and take the lead on that one?
Sure, man. Yeah, absolutely, guys. So, Chris and I set a goal at the beginning of the season to hit 5,000 subscribers. And after a huge weekend, we have done that. We hit 5,000 today. In fact, Chris, I just looked before. We're at 5,059.
That's a
So
huge jump. That was a jump of over 60 people today, I think.
yeah, and so actually 70. And we had a big crowd over the weekend. It was great. Over there at Baker's Pizza. Shout out Baker's Pizza. Shout out to all the folks over there, all the new subscribers who might be watching us tonight, who were partying with us over at Baker's watching the game. So we hit that number, Chris. It was our goal. It was a lofty goal. We worked hard. Shout out to the staff, the team here at the OHIO podcast, everybody who puts in the time and the effort, making shows. Vader over at Patreon, running the message boards, producing a couple shows. TG, Sean, Mika for jumping in and helping us. Dr. Corey on Sunday nights and the live game watches over on Patreon, and this past weekend with TG on YouTube. King Buckeye Alex, who will be doing a video with us tomorrow. And Nate, who's with us as well now, as didn't want to miss him. So the staff here and everybody who puts in time and effort, thank you so much. And of course, we couldn't do it without all of you people, man, all of you guys. So thank you so much, everybody. We hit that goal. Now we just got to keep marching on, man.
6,000.
Yeah,
Is it
well,
possible? Is it possible to get to 6,000 before the end of the playoff run?
uh, phew, that we would go on some kind of epic run, is what here us,
You,
the team and us would that would be an epic run.
well,
Uh,
Eric, all it's going to take is for us to continue working like we are, and for every person who's in that chat, go in and make sure you're liking and sharing every video. Get this out to all your Buckeye friends. Definitely steer them towards our Patreon channel as well. Hell, maybe you want to give them a Patreon as a Christmas gift. You can do that.
Yeah, well, that was something I actually didn't get around to it today. You're gonna be able to purchase a Patreon membership for somebody for Christmas. So that's on my to-do list. We're trying to make sure we lock down Wednesday. Wednesday's a huge day. It's early signing period. We're trying to make sure we're ready to go. We got the Big Ten Championship preview. I started work this morning at 7 a.m. I will not finish until probably 11 o'clock tonight. The only time I've stopped was for breakfast, taking my stepson to school, picking him up from school after his lifting, and eating dinner. That's the only time I've stopped all day today. It has been a crazy busy day, but we're trying to do this to make sure you all have great content and we continue building this awesome community. But Patreon's where it's at, and there's gonna be a great Christmas gift for all of you on Patreon too, who are already
Yes.
members. So that's what you can expect there. But I want to say this, and then I'm going to get off here, and then Chris, you can take it over and have the call-in show for the rest of the night. We did this the right way. We've not bought one subscription. There are sites out there you can buy YouTube subscriptions. Every one of our subscribers was somebody who decided to subscribe to this channel, a real person. And number two, we didn't latch on to the coattails of anybody.
No.
We've been ourselves since day number one. So, Chris, thank you for doing the call-in show for me tonight.
Absolutely.
We're switching tonight and Saturday morning. I'll do the Saturday morning show for Chris. I'm going to get back to work. I'll hang out in the chat as much as I can while also doing a lot of work for y'all. Have a good call-in show, everybody. Let's keep celebrating and get ready for the Hoosiers. OH.
IO. Eric, make sure you do get some follow-up work ready on that piece you did earlier today.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks. All right, guys, this is the Monday evening call-in show. I am your boy, the Wild Man, Chris Wilds. Guys, strap in because we have so much to talk about tonight. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, you know what? Let me change it. Actually, I do know where to begin. Let's begin all the yapping that has gone on the last couple weeks about how the team up north was going to bully us. They were going to overpower us. They were going to own the line of scrimmage. Newsflash, guys. If what they showed us Saturday was bullying, baby, I must be the heavyweight champion. Because I'll tell you what, the Buckeyes were shoving them around like the little brother who stole the last Pop-Tart. That was just an absolute demolishing on the part of our Buckeyes. Our offensive line was moving bodies, throwing them around. The defensive line was living in the Michigan backfield. And all that big blue toughness, those tweets, they disappeared really quick. It was like this meme I saw the other day, and it said, and then all of a sudden, there were no more Michigan fans on Facebook. And that's what's happened. So, guys, here's the question. Did Ohio State just reclaim the title of the most physical program in the Big Ten? Or was it just Michigan folding like they always do when somebody punches back? That's one thing you can call in and tell me. Guys, another thing I want to talk about. Spent a little bit of time this week on some message boards, not just for Ohio State, but around college football, including that team up north. Mainly for research, of course. And let me tell you, I have never seen a group of adults go from talking trash to group therapy so fast in my life. The Michigan fans are blaming the refs. They're blaming the turf. They're blaming the weather. They're blaming the headset gods. We'll touch on that, I'm sure. The phases of the moon. They are doing everything but admitting that Ohio State just kicked their butts. And that's all it has been. Is a bunch of whining, crying, complaining, or, oh, it doesn't matter. And guys, you heard Eric talk about it earlier. If you've been on Twitter, you've seen the video, I'm sure. Now we're hearing whispers about the communications issues. Suspicious, man. It's suspicious. Trust me, I've got thoughts. I know you do too. Do you think Michigan was trying to be shady again? Were they trying to cheat again? And guys, I see the queue is full. I'm going to get to the calls here in just a second. Let's talk about Ryan Day again today as well. He has heard every insult over the course of the last 2 years, every joke, every born on third base comment, every call for his job. And he marched into Ann Arbor after winning a national title last season, marched into Ann Arbor with his team, his recruits, his identity, and he slammed the door shut on all the noise. It's not Urban's team. It's not Urban's culture. This is all Ryan Day now. Ryan Day, proverbially at least, planted the flag at midfield on Michigan. May not have physically done it, but he left his mark. So tonight I want to hear from all you Buckeye faithful. Did this win reestablish Ryan Day as the most elite coach in college, or maybe just establish him as the most elite coach in college football? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on the upcoming Big Ten championship game? Guys, all kinds of great questions we can tackle tonight. I want to know what you want to think tonight. We're going to go to the phone lines here. 567-483-1999 is the number. We are going to take our first call. We are going to... I don't have a name for this on my list, but I know the number. Caller, go ahead.
What's going on, man?
What's happening?
Hey, it's Tampa Dave, brother.
I know it is, Dave. How's it going? What's that?
It's going. I said it's going, man. It couldn't be any better right now. All is right with the universe has been reset back to freaking normal, like where it should be, and it's back to the bottom for scum where they belong. They're a bunch of lowlifes. They've always been low life. You brought it up. The comms issue. Just saw.
Did you just see the video?
A clip. I just saw the video of the Michigan person over there by our comms. Look, I got a little bit of experience with communication stuff being in the Army. Okay, he could have easily had something on him that was interfering with our signal. All he had to do is go over there and just stand next to it, and just something to interfere with our signal. That dude should have been removed from our sideline. Get off our sideline. All right, that's exactly how easy it would have been. That you just something small, probably no bigger than your wallet, could have interfered with the signal.
All kinds of people are saying they can't.
What?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can. Let's see. Can the chat
people,
hear you?
Yeah. Yeah. People
Chat.
said in the chat they couldn't hear me.
Let me know. Can everybody hear him now? Because I'll tell you, I'm hearing him great.
Yeah. There could have been something as easy as that. As a matter of fact, that's probably what it was. We'll move on from that. You know, the only time I was disappointed in the decision that Ryan Day made in that game, and I felt that was the game to go out there and make a statement and put your foot on the gas and never take it off.
Yes.
When there was 3 minutes left in that game and it was 4th and 5, we should have gone for it.
Yes.
We should have gone for it. We were in no way were we going to lose that game at that point. It was 24-9. There was no way we were going to lose that ball game. There's nothing that they could have done to re-have gained momentum, because Bryce Underwear. I think after he got hit when what was it? Caden Curry. I think it was Arvell and somebody else. All three met him on the line of scrimmage. I think after that hit, I think he got hit, and I think he was like, holy crap, if I'm standing back here in this pocket and one of these guys gets loose on me from a blind side, then that could be it. And he's not a pocket passer anyways.
No.
And he made him stand in the pocket and try to beat you with his arm. And we all know this. Get them down by a couple of scores. They had, and what happened? They got down by a couple of scores. They started throwing the ball. And they knew that if they didn't, they was going to get so far out of hand. But I really wish that Ryan Day would have gone for it on that 4th and 5. We went for it on 4th and 5 and threw a touchdown to wasn't that Tate? I think we threw it. Was that Tate or was that JJ? I don't remember now.
I can't remember which
but
one
we threw
it was.
a touchdown.
I think it was JJ's.
I think you're right. I think it was JJ. But we went for it on 4th and 5 and threw a doggone touchdown. Do the same thing. They were so far on their heels, and it really couldn't have gone better for us, honestly, because they thought, they owned the first quarter. Okay, that's fine. Because games usually aren't won in the first quarter. It's
Not
rare
typically.
to ever see a game that was won in the first quarter. Very rare. Okay, I'll give you 3 field goals. The fact that they didn't even score a touchdown in their own house, honestly, I felt going into that game that they wouldn't score a touchdown. I honestly felt that they would not score a touchdown, and I felt that they'd only kick a couple of field goals. They got 3 field goals because we threw a pick on the second school game, set them up for an easy score for the 3rd year in a row, set them up for an easy score, but we held them to a field goal. And we had the game plan, put the foot on the gas pedal, and I told you guys earlier weeks ago, hey, it was very easy to see what Ohio State was doing. Run, pass. Run, pass. Run, pass. And they were coming into this game, and they were going to do the exact opposite of that. And it was a setup all along. Just like JJ and Carnell being pulled out, they weren't any more hurt than I've been hurt. They weren't hurt. They rested those dudes up for this game, and they came out and they balled out. They're doggone lucky that game was 27-9 and not 56-9.
Yeah.
Because it very easily, if they think about it, honestly, you think about it, because we went down to the 2 field goals we kicked, we were inside the 5. On both of those field goals, we were inside the 5. Those should have been touchdowns. That game should have been, 35-9.
Yes.
That game should have been 35-9 or 30. If you take out, like I said, you take away the interception on that second throw. That's a 35-6 game. That's a 35-6 game. But every game this year, every game we have left 2 touchdowns off the board in every game this year. I don't know if that gets fixed this year, but next year that has to get fixed. We cannot leave 2 touchdowns off the board in a game. That is, you're 14 points. You know, that's a lot of points to be leaving off the board in every game. You go back and you total that up, and each our scoring margin is insane. And once again, the game control, is what just it's the bone constrictor that freaking kills every team. Is Ohio State's ability to control the ball and take time off the clock.
Yes.
It rests your defense. It keeps their offense on the sideline and from getting into a good rhythm, and it just frustrates you and just slowly just crushes you over the period of an hour. You know, so yeah, I couldn't have been really more pleased on how this game came out. Everything is reset in the universe, and look out for the next 25 years because they're going back to where they were after they fired Lloyd Carr. That was the biggest mistake they ever made, was firing Lloyd Carr. He was the best coach that they've had in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Best coach he had in the last 30 years. And when they fire Sharon Moore, which I just heard that he might not make it through, he might not make it he might not even make it past their bowl game. He might not. There's one avenue where he might not make it to the bowl game.
Yeah.
And then there's another avenue that he gets canned after the bowl game.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, Dave, or how close you follow the social media stuff. Michigan's in total meltdown mode. I saw one fan set their hat on fire. I had another one. You hear him crying for Sharon Moore's job every 5 seconds. A grandma threw her shoe through the TV set. Another one ripped the TV off the wall. Had a grown man out there crying on TikTok. I mean, it's insane. It is so funny to watch them melt down. I mean, it brings me tears of joy to watch them melt down. I laughed myself to tears the other night watching these idiots melt down.
I've been on a bender, brother. I've been watching any Michigan podcast I can find where these people are on there and they're talking, and they are melting down, and they have realized that Sharon Moore is a fraud, and that he's never the dude. They were living off the residue of what happened the previous 3 years of cheating, right? It was all built on a freaking a mountain of lies. It was all built on a mountain of lies. At some point, that comes to an end. That can't go on forever.
Yeah,
that can't go on forever. And now it's over, and things going to go back the way it was, and things are going to be really bad for them. Did you see that? I know you know this, but the Michigan State is bringing in Pat Fitzgerald. Brilliant move, Sparty. Brilliant move bringing in Pat Fitzgerald. He's going to have money at Michigan State. I tell you what, they're getting ready to go on a skid row for the next 25 years easily.
And Patty
Easily
Fitz is the kind of
25-year slide.
Yeah, Patty Fitz is the kind of coach they need in Michigan State. A guy who can take 2- and 3-star guys and developing them into talented young men. Turn them into a team that's competitive. He can do that. 30 seconds left, Dave, before I got to move on to the next caller. What's your parting thoughts for us?
Hey, let's go do what we do, and let's go win us a Big Ten title. It's been 5 years since we won a Big Ten title. Let's go get us a Big Ten title. Let's send Scagnetti, whatever his stupid name is, send him back to Bloomington, with his tail between his legs, and remind him we are king. This is our league. This is our league. We won this thing. We won the Big Ten. It's over. OH.
IO. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Scum still sucks.
All right. That was Dave in Tampa. Before we go back to go back to the phones for our next caller, 910, you're coming up. Speedman, we got you in the queue as well. We have, let's see, looks like Schrock coming up is our fourth guy in line right now, maybe. And I've got a number I don't recognize, number 3. But it is a regular caller because they've called 34 times. But we will get to that here momentarily. And all right. Before we do that, I just want to take a look through some of the comments here. First of all, thank you, Caden. Caden has gifted a membership. That membership has went to Lee. Lee, you are now an official member here at the OHIO Podcast YouTube channel. Guys, make sure you consider hopping on over to our Patreon channel. And Caden's been very busy. He actually has officially done a couple of official memberships. He did another one here, and this one actually landed on the Speed Man. And we also have a $5 super chat coming in from Caden as well. Thank you for that, Caden. Definitely appreciate all that. Oh, wait. Looks like he's done 2 of them. Caden's on a roll. Caden must be feeling good after that big win this weekend. Oh, my goodness. We've got a third membership that was given out by Caden. This one went to Troy. Troy, congratulations on that membership. We had a $10 super chat come in from Mimi. Thank you guys so much. All right, we had Ryan Day's Championship Beer just received a membership from Caden. Caden, man, you are on a roll, brother. All right. Is this possible? Yet another $5 super chat. We've had a very, very busy night, so I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat tonight. Before we go to our next caller, Coconut, great to see you. Mean Green, good to see you as always. Speedman, you're coming up, I know, on the line. Great to see you here tonight. Ryan Day's Championship Beard, always glad to see them in the chat as well. Jim, good to see you in the chat. Tyler, of course, in the chat. Mimi. Oh, man, so many in the chat tonight. Looks like we have about 31 of you watching currently on YouTube. Ed Rogers in the chat. Guys, please make sure that you go on and make sure you're liking, subscribing. We want to get those numbers up. And go over to our Patreon channel. We got a great membership deal going for you right now. Go on over and check that out. Mika, great to see you in the chat. Of course, the Schrock Star there. Donald Hoffer. Oh, man, so many in the chat tonight. All right. So we are going to... Oh, TG's in the chat. Oh, thank you all so much for joining us. RK Mango's in the chat. Jeff Johnson in the chat. What's up? Hey, I'm living the dream right now. We just had a great weekend. We saw the Loserines get their butts kicked, handed to them. handled by the Buckeyes. I mean, hell, Brutus spent more time in the end zone than what the Wolverines did this week. It was a beautiful thing to see. We're going to go ahead and go to our next caller, see what they got to say. Maybe. There we go. Are we there?
Chris,
How you feeling, Tyler? How you feeling, baby?
I'm fantastic. The past 3 days, Chris, I've had the biggest smile on my face.
That's what I said. Ryan Day brought my smile back. Oh, we have to adjust your timer. You go ahead and let us know what's on your mind. I'm going to have to fix your timer.
So, Chris, the best part about, did you see on the Patreon what news came out today? Apparently, some of their 30 players of Michigan were waiting before we went back. We went back in the tunnel. They were trying to have another fight with us.
Oh, the news that's coming out of Ann Arbor today has been glorious. Absolutely glorious. I mean, and we've heard that. We had heard that was going on. We heard that happened. We heard that actually that evening. I think Vader might have got a tip on that, or Eric had gotten a tip on that from somebody who was there in the media or with the team.
Yeah, Austin Ward and Bill Landis apparently said that the Michigan players were waiting for our players to have a fight with them in the tunnel.
Well, here's my question. Why did you wait till after the game to try to have a fight? Because I'll tell you what, you fought a hell of a lot harder to protect that painted M than you fought for your team on the field on Saturday.
It blows my mind, Chris. And here's the other crazy part about this game, too, Chris. I've come to realize they are now complaining this is JT was short 2.0.
Yes. Are you talking about the fumble? That wasn't?
Yeah. I played receiver, Chris. So the way that a fumble works is you have to drop the ball.
Well,
did we see Jeremiah Smith drop that ball?
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. They don't understand the most basic rules of football. Not only that, but the rule is different making a catch than it is running the ball into the end zone. The catch was made outside the end zone. He, at that point, is carrying the ball. All he has to do is possess the ball across the line of scrimmage. As soon as he breaks the plane, it's a touchdown. Did he bobble it afterwards? Yes. Did he step out afterwards? Yes. It's a moot point. It is a moot point because he did what was required of him to score the touchdown.
Yeah, so even if he bobbled it, if he kept 1 foot in bounds, because you have to keep 1 foot in bounds for college and for it to be considered a touchdown, Jeremiah Smith kept 1 foot in bounds. He maintained control and maintained possession, hence a touchdown.
Yeah. Oh, the meltdown has been glorious.
I don't understand why they're claiming this was not how that was a fumble. How was that I don't understand, Chris. Please tell me how that was a fumble.
It wasn't. It wasn't. This is just another excuse they want to make. And let me tell you something. Last time I checked, that one touchdown would not have mattered anyhow because they lost by 3 scores.
Yeah.
You got your butt handed to you. That's what happened.
And then here's the other crazy part, Chris, is Bryce Underwood. We heard all off season. We heard all year long. You were gonna beat the Buckeyes.
You've never seen a quarterback like him.
I was told.
You've never seen a freshman like him, Tyler. Never.
Yeah, I've never seen a freshman like him, Chris. I've never seen a freshman play that garbage before in my life.
And keep his job.
Buddy didn't even have 50% completion percentage, Chris.
No, he was what, 8 of 18, I believe.
More penalty yards. We had more penalty yards than Underwood had passing.
Bo Jackson outgained the entire Michigan team by himself.
Yeah, with all-purpose yards.
Yes.
I can't believe this does not register in my brain, Chris. It doesn't. The excuses, they don't register in my brain right now. All I know is this, Chris. Michigan, you are back to what you've been my entire life. Little brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we all know how they gained big brother status, quote unquote big brother status, for a 3-year stretch. We know how they did it. And Tyler, you know, you've got about 4.5 minutes left. I got to get your input on this because I know how strongly you feel about this. Let's talk about the comms issue. I got a few questions before you answer. Well, first of all, have you seen the video on X that Intrinsic has posted?
No, I didn't.
I'll tell you, you need to watch the video because in the video you can see a Michigan staffer messing around. You can see the Ohio State staffers yelling at him. This is blatant, and this is my thing. They wanted to blame this on the weather. It snows in Michigan all the time. My wife brought up this point to me when she asked me about it earlier. She goes, it snows in Michigan up there all the time. So does this regularly happen to Michigan opponents, or is it just the good ones?
No.
And did it happen on... She's a tech person. So she's like, did it happen on both sides, or did it only happen on one side?
See, I'll answer that question, Chris, because no, it doesn't happen. Because you know why? Ohio gets cold just like Michigan. So that's an excuse right there. And then second, if it happened every week, or hasn't happened every other week, it just happened this week because you know damn well the Buckeyes were #1 in the nation and they were the national championship favorites going into that game, and they humiliated you.
And did it happen when Michigan was up? It happened after Ohio State went up on Michigan.
That tells me all I need to know, Chris. They knew that all their success had been fraudulent.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough about Michigan because, honestly, Chris, we got bragging rights.
Damn right.
They can't say anything to us. All these narratives they constructed.
Absolutely.
They're all thrown in the garbage. So let's focus on this week.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one. But I've got some thoughts on it. But I want to hear your thoughts real quick. We got about 2 minutes left in your call, so take the floor.
Okay. We accomplished our first goal, which we haven't done since 2019. Your second goal, you haven't done since 2020. Well, partially because of the guys that you just beat. The people that you just played were cheating, but that's for another day. So, Signetti, you're undefeated right now, but you haven't played no one. The best teams you played, the best defenses you played, made Mendoza look like garbage. And the crazy part, Chris, is Mendoza thinks he's the next Tom Brady.
Yeah. You know, I talked about this the other night on our Sunday night show briefly, and I figured somebody had mentioned this, and I wanted to dive into this real quick. You look at the 3 best defenses they played this year. Penn State, Iowa, Oregon. Now, while none of those guys are top 1 or 2 defenses. They're not bad. I mean, you look at the total defensive ranking of a few of these guys. You've got, and I'm actually pulling the exact number up here right now. Oregon's number 3. Iowa's number 8. Penn State, I believe, is a top 50 team still in defense. But regardless, so you've played 2 teams that are top 50 defenses. 2. And then you played Penn State, who is, I mean, we can't deny it. They're going through a bit of a rough patch.
Yeah.
And what happened in those 3 games? 20-15? 20-15, 27-24, and 30-20.
So
Dude.
what that tells me, Chris, is against great defenses, great teams, Indiana, you're on the struggle bus.
And none of those, Tyler, are anywhere near Ohio State's defense.
Exactly. The goal this week, Chris, is 4 goals.
Yep.
1, you beat Indiana. You ruined their undefeated season.
Yep.
That's 1. You win the Big Ten. The first time since 2020. You get with, and then you also hoist a banner. You get a championship ring, and you get a first-round bye to Pasadena.
Absolutely.
Third goal, Julian Singh wins the Heisman. The 4th goal, it's actually that I think goal 2 is basically you get the first round bye too. You win the Big Ten, you get the first round bye. So those are your 3-4 goals.
Yep.
If you accomplish that, with already the way that this schedule has looked, Chris, we're already going to have our players are already rested compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
You give them another week of rest, another 2 weeks. Oh, I think it's going to be even worse for the next team we play. Because if we play Notre Dame, go ahead.
No, you're good. I got to wrap you up, buddy, because we've already gone over 12 minutes. So.
Okay.
But hey, I appreciate the call, Tyler. We'll talk to you again next week, buddy. And hey, OH.
I'll.
Go Bucks. That was Tyler, and hate calling him off because when Tyler gets on a roll, he's awesome. But unfortunately, we do have to try to keep that 10 minutes firm, guys. I still have 3 in the queue. Guys, we have 1 phone line open right now. Phone number to call is 567-483-1999. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. If you want to get in and talk with us, please give us a call at that number. Speedman, I saw that you dropped off. If you want to try to call back in, I will bump you to the front of the line and get you to the next call. But we're going to go out to the 859 next. Caller right there.
Hey,
Hello?
Wildman.
It's Vader.
How's it going? Look, let's not waste any time. The air just tastes better this week, doesn't it? The sun is shining a little brighter. Why? Because TTUN figured out football is hard when you don't know the other team's plays. And by hard, I mean completely soul-crushing and humiliating. I got a few things I need to go over today, so let's get right to it. Wildman, I just posted a huge nugget on Patreon about the new ton cheating scandal. Check it out.
Yeah, I plan to, Vader. And hey, I appreciate it. I did get your text message. Sorry I could not respond to you. I was tied up right up until the time I started the show tonight. Would love to see those pictures, though. Get those on. I'm sure we can do a video with them at some point this week. Get those pictures that you got, that your sister got, as she got the joy of experiencing that beat down in person. That was a game, man. You're right. The air tastes a little sweeter. Everybody's smiling a little bigger. Order has been restored to the world.
The 27-9 final score doesn't tell the full story, doesn't capture the sheer dominance we witnessed. What did I love? I loved that this wasn't some nail-biting, lucky bounce game. This was a cleansing. The defense, man. Matty P's defense put on a masterpiece. They were relentless. They shut down the run game early and forced the freshman QB to try and beat them, and he simply couldn't. I loved the swagger of the defensive line, forcing pressure on every down. That's how you break a streak. You don't squeak by, you dominate in the trenches and you prove a point. When you hold your rival to single digits on their home field, that's not a win. That's a reclamation. And let's talk about Julian Sayin. The kid was calm, collected, and delivered when it mattered. He wasn't asked to win the game single-handedly, he was asked to execute, and he did it flawlessly. The run game was effective, the defense was elite. That, Podfather, is what a championship team looks like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% right, Vader. I mean, you talk about that. Julian saying, so on point, just so poised beyond his years. The guy is amazing. Such a tremendous young talent. And we've got him for another year. Guys, if we get through this one, dare I say we could talk three-peat with him. Jeremiah Smith coming back. Yeah, we're going to lose Carnell. We may or may not lose Ennis. I know Ennis is a senior. I don't know if he's got another year of eligibility left yet, but if he does, he could potentially stay. But if not, you've got Quincy Porter. You got Mylan Graham coming behind him. You've got Bryson Rogers may or may not be here. You've got Chris Henry Jr. coming in. You've got Caden Dixon Wyatt coming in. You've got so much talent coming in. So much talent sitting waiting in that room. The skill positions are not going to hurt. Bo Jackson's only going to get stronger and better. I'm telling you, this is a team. I want to win the second one first, but if we win that second one, I think we start talking three-peat. I think we start talking about rarefied air. We start talking about Nick Saban type of thing going on in Columbus if we get through this second one. And that's my priority. Beat down Indiana, run the course through the playoffs, and then we'll start worrying about that. And right now, I'm feeling very good between our skill position guys, the best defense in the country, the X factor, as Eric started calling him, in Matt Patricia. I'm telling you, this is a team that is built for the long haul. So I am really excited with where it's headed.
Speaking of that dominance, we have to talk about the Barstool Clown Show. Dave Portnoy, the man who cries blue, was nowhere to be found when the going got tough. He cut his live stream early. This is the same guy who spent the entire offseason trolling Ryan Day, calling him soft, and claiming he chokes in big games even after the Buckeyes won a national championship last year. Look, Portnoy can be an entertainer, but when it comes to the game, he proves he's just a fanboy with a microphone who can't handle true adversity. He's the physical embodiment of the sore loser energy up north. He tried to frame a crushing defeat as just a bad flight schedule. Please. He left because he saw the writing on the wall. The Buckeyes were better in all three phases, and his beloved Wolverines got their asses kicked. His narrative about Ryan Day being soft is officially dead, and frankly, so is his credibility as a serious college football voice. He's a joke, and we can all enjoy the silence from him this week.
Vader, my man, you have brought up my favorite topic of conversation. That is the Pat McAfee, Howard Stern wannabe that is the frat boy, Dave Portnoy. He is a gutless wuss. He ran his mouth, just like you said, when he saw his team was going to get beat down. He tucked his tail between his legs and ran. You said he lost all credibility, Vader. I don't think he ever had credibility as a legitimate football journalist. The guy was out there to try to entertain. He was the WWE entertainment of the football world. That's what he was. He was out there to try to run his mouth and entertain. He was a shock jock, basically, with a platform here in the sports world. And the guy goes, and this is the big difference between him and McAfee. McAfee played the game. McAfee knows the game. McAfee can intelligently talk about the game. McAfee is a sports analyst. Portnoy is just an idiot. A complete moron. And you're right. I am going to so enjoy the Big Ten championship game. Not just because I won't hear him anyhow, because we're going to be calling the game on Patreon. But, you know, I will enjoy not having to hear his ignorance on the pregame show, on the game itself at halftime, or on the postgame. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Fox, if you're smart, you'll take this as a sign. You'll probably see your numbers boost up, and or whoever's, you know, you're going to see the numbers boost up. Portnoy is an idiot. He doesn't belong on television. Take this opportunity to just dump him. Get rid of him. Anything else, Vader?
I've got it. Hey, listeners, a truly scorching hot take that is going to make some of you want to pull your scarlet and gray hair out. It's simple, it's cold, hard pragmatism, and it's this: we need to be careful. Winning the Big Ten championship game is not our primary goal. Not with this team. This team has the potential to be the most special group I've seen in my almost 50 years. Better than 2002, 2014, 2024, but they have to stay healthy and win it all. Now, before you smash that unsubscribe button, hear me out. In our current, blessed situation, the worst outcome from a loss is likely a 3 seed in the college football playoff, which often means an easier path, avoiding that 1 versus 4 meat grinder. The truth is, that game in Indy? It's bragging rights, folks. The real prize is the national title. I don't want to be Georgia or Oregon from last year. Remember that? Georgia lost their quarterback in that final conference game, and Oregon just got absolutely beat to a pulp. Ask their fan bases if those conference title trophies were worth the price of admission to the playoff, especially if they had to limp into the semifinals. They'll tell you no. This is a business trip now. We are playing chess, not checkers. So, here is the official Wildman Buckeye Championship game protocol. 1. The bench protocol. If you are nursing an injury, even a minor one with serious potential, you sit. Period. This is not the time for heroics. We need you healthy on January 1st. 2. The emergency pull. If a player goes down, any player with a potential season-ending injury, they are done. No heroic return. We pull them and protect the long-term goal. 3. The Sayin mandate. Julian Sayin must be protected at all costs. O-line, I don't care about holding calls. I don't care about penalties. If you get beat, I want a ruthless, desperate hold. I want you grabbing, tackling, doing whatever you have to do to make sure that man stays upright and healthy. Because he is our golden ticket. Penalties be damned. The priority is his health over a clean play sheet. Look, I'm a Steelers fan, and as some of you know, I couldn't tell you the last time we won the AFC North, frankly, because I don't care. But I do know we haven't won a playoff game in years, and that's what hurts. The division title is just a jacket, the championship is the legacy. So, let's go beat the opponent in Indianapolis, come out healthy, and go win another national title. OH.
IO. Go Bucks. Thanks for that call, Vader. That was a great call. And let me tell you, guys, before we go to the next caller, He's not wrong. We want to win that national title. We 100% want to win the national title. We have to win the national. We don't have to, but we need to. We need to. Yes, we have to. We cannot be this damn good and not win the national title. And we've got to do whatever it takes to stay healthy, to stay strong to do that. Now, do I want the Big Ten title as well? Absolutely. Absolutely. I want that banner to hang. But at the same time, I just... At the same time, I'm more concerned about the money. I am more concerned about... Or not the money. I'm sorry. I saw money, thought of money because of Caden. Caden dropped another super chat. No, but thank you for the $2 super chat, Caden. No, I'm worried about the health. I'm worried about the big picture. I want another national title. So I can see where Vader is coming from. But at the same time, guys, I mean, let's admit it. We are all hungry for this title. It has been too long since Ohio State has been in Indianapolis. It's too long since they've competed for a Big Ten title. It's too long since they won a Big Ten title. Man, we can't come this close and not get it, I feel. Before I go to the next caller, guys, this was a great moment. And Eric and I were watching the game when this happened. For the first time in 2 years, an Ohio State Big Ten opponent caught a holding call. And we declined it. We declined it. We said, you guys stink so bad. Instead of pushing you back, we are going to just let you try to get the 5 yards instead of the 15 with an extra down. Jim G, you're 100% right, man. That was a Godfather type of move. That was a boss move. All right, guys, I'm going to head over to the phone lines. It looks like we got the Schrock Star up next. I believe that's his number, if I'm not mistaken. You'd think I'd know. We talk on a pretty regular basis. That is Sean, yes. Sean, what's happening, man? How's it going?
My brother, what a glorious weekend, my friend.
Did something good happen this weekend?
Gosh.
Did something good happen this weekend, Sean?
Something amazing happened this weekend. I mean, last night I was up in Toledo, and the wind was blowing in from the north, and I could hear the sounds of the Wolverines crying still.
Are they still crying about JJ's touchdown?
They're still crying.
Oh, I know. This meltdown they're having is so beautiful. It has been so entertaining. I've watched videos and videos about it. This is just great. And these guys can't get out of their own way. And then you got Yoder posting something about how you have to be crazy if you think that that defensive back intentionally tried to headbutt the official. And I'm like, 5 minutes later, I see two of his own fans on there like, oh, we can't tolerate this out of our players. They should know better. Something should be done. I'm like, your own people don't even buy it, dude. Your own people don't even buy it.
It was wonderful watching them turn on each other and turn on Sharon and it was beautiful. It was so glorious to watch. Chris Drew has a new show called Dead Air Sports.
Yes.
And all he does is he watches replays of the Michigan media and watching them the meltdown, and it was oh my gosh, hearing Johnny Oden make fun of Bryce Underwood for being scared to get hit.
I gotta tell you,
I was in tears.
Sean, I gotta ask though, is this what we've looked like the last couple of years? As a fan base, is this what our fan base look like? I don't think so either. I think we've made very valid points. I think we had very valid reasons to be upset. But oh my gosh,
Year,
these guys are in full-on meltdown mode. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to make a prediction. And I don't know how likely it is or is not to happen. I do not see Bryce Underwood as the starting quarterback for the University of Michigan next year. I don't know that he even starts the bowl game. I can see this.
He will not.
I could see him in the portal.
Here's my prediction. He'll never beat Ohio State.
Well, no, not playing the way that way. He's not. I think he's going to.
I think they ruined that kid.
Yeah.
And you know what? You guys spoiled him like a rotten kid. You gave him everything he wanted to get him there. You were so desperate to get attention. You let that kid do whatever he wanted, and look what happened. When times got tough this year, he peed down his leg. He peed down his leg against Oklahoma.
Yes.
Peed down his leg against USC. And heck, when we played him, he was scared, man. He couldn't even complete a screen pass. He was just getting rid of the ball so fast because he heard footsteps.
Yeah.
He saw a ghost out there.
Yeah, that young
kid
man was
is
a
shell
mess.
shocked.
He was a mess.
Oh, so beautiful, Chris. I tell you what a bunch of classless clowns, man. You know, you sit there and you constantly were trying to start fights with our players. You had guys trying to pick fights in the tunnel. I mean, just a bunch of classless clowns. Then you guys cut the power off to our sideline.
Yeah, let's dive into that a little bit, Sean, because have you seen the video?
My gosh. Something needs to be done about this, man. I mean, honestly, they need to. The NCAA, this is bull crap, Chris. In the NFL, if the power goes on one side, they're not allowed to use their headphones. Then it's supposed to be all communication supposed to be shut off.
Yes. Well, and again, I was talking to Tyler about it. My wife, who works, she works for an IT department at out of school, and she looked at me and she goes, "Well, I have two questions. One, they're claiming it was an issue of the weather. Well, first of all, it's cold up in Michigan all the time. Secondly, it snows in Michigan all the time, and that was not even a heavy snow.
No.
And they're claiming that it was weather-induced, the issues. I don't buy it. Does this happen every time it snows or every time it gets cold in Ann Arbor? No. It happened when they were playing Michigan. I wouldn't be surprised if it would happen if they were playing in Oregon or, another quality team at home. Indiana.
Yeah.
It would probably happen then as well. In fact, they could play Indiana or Ohio State in August and it would happen. But the first question is, does it happen to everybody? If so, why have you not fixed it? If not, why did it happen now? The next question is, did it happen on both sidelines or was only one sideline affected? Because that seems awful strange. If it was an issue of weather, wouldn't the signal be disrupted to both sides?
Exactly. But it wasn't.
It just doesn't fit. Their story doesn't hold water. So
you know what?
Is this blatant outright cheating? Is this a second incident of blatant outright cheating? Do you believe, Sean?
Yes. There's no doubt about it in my mind that they were trying everything they could. They realized they were screwed. And you know, Ryan Day just had Julian saying, "Come over, run over to the sideline, get the play." Julian would run it back in. He kept doing that. I mean, back in the 80s, Bill Walsh, the 49ers coach, had signals from the sideline before anybody else did. And he used to claim that his headset would go out and that he couldn't hear it when it didn't go out. But he would say that. So, the other side couldn't use their headsets either. And, they already had signals. So they had they had an advantage to you know, they could run their hurry up offense and have an advantage, and he would do that on purpose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Michigan, there's no doubt about it that they did something on purpose.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can see. I tell you what, man, you guys act all hard and tough protecting your M. Come on.
Yeah, what did you
Coach
think
Day, I
about
give
that?
Coach
What was your
Day
take
so much-
on that?
What a bunch of punks, man. You guys got your ass kicked. Now you're going to try to start a fight after a game because you got your ass kicked on the field. Ohio State wasn't being disrespectful. I didn't see Ohio State, you know, trying to plant a flag. They weren't doing anything disrespectful. They were taking pictures with the fans. They were sitting on the wall with their fans. They weren't doing anything disrespectful. Not planting their flag. And I give Coach Day all the credit in the world because, you know what, after that win, he could have went out there and he could have just said all kinds of stuff. And you know what? He didn't do that. He said, we're going to win with humanity, you know.
Here's the
class.
thing, Sean, and I just, you know, you talked about the planting of the flag. Ohio State had no intention of doing that because Ryan Day was not going to allow it to happen.
Nope. He said no.
Did you see the conversation he had with Sharon Moore at the half, or at the midfield for the handshake? Did you see?
Yeah.
I mean, he basically said, dude, you need to take a hike. You need to get these guys off the field. If you don't want something bad to happen, you need to get these guys off the field. And he did. He did exactly that.
Then did you hear that the bunch of them were waiting in the tunnel to start a fight? They had them wait. They were waiting in the tunnel for our guys.
Yeah.
Austin Ward reported that, you know, he was sitting in the tunnel afterwards, and there's a bunch of them still waiting around because they were trying to start fights with our guys. I'm like, you lost the game, dude.
Yeah.
Take your L and go home. I mean, if we were out, you know, if our players were out planting a flag or disrespecting their field and they come out and fought, then you know what? I wouldn't have an issue with it, Chris.
Yeah.
But we weren't doing that. I mean, if someone's disrespecting your stuff, then that's a different story. But we're not Michigan. We're not going out and disrespecting their freaking place or trashing their stuff or planting a flag. We don't do that crap. We've won titles before. We've been there before. We know how to, you know, celebrate with class.
Yeah,
Chris.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to bring something up. This is probably the first time it's ever happened, but this is a historic game coming up on Saturday. Probably the first time a number 1 and a number 2 playing for a Big Ten title.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
know.
Yeah. I mean, you had the game in what was 06, but there was no official. No, they couldn't do that because. Yeah.
Because remember before we were putting them 2 different divisions.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't guaranteed. And it wasn't guaranteed that the best two teams in the Big Ten were going to play. Because whoever won their little division there, the leaders of the Legends, you know.
Yeah.
Division. And you know what? How about that kid not getting thrown out of the game for headbutting the ref? What the hell, man?
Yeah. That was
That's
blatant.
no excuse for that.
There was no excuse for that whatsoever. But hey,
I guarantee if we would have done it, we'd have got thrown out of the game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you know, I just take it as this is what it is. The outcome was what we wanted it to be. The performance was what we wanted it to be. The Buckeyes are back in the Big Ten title game. They're going to play for another national title. They're going to be, at worst case scenario, a 4 seed, I think, at the worst. Even if unless they just absolutely got the doors blown off by Indiana, which I don't see happening.
I still think they get a bye.
I think the top 4, they get a bye. Even. And I think Indiana's in the same boat. As long as this is a close game, I think either one of those teams both those teams still get a bye. And they should.
Yep, they should.
They should. So, all right, man. Hey, I gotta jump on to the next caller, but appreciate the call, dude. Real quick before you go,
Thanks.
do you want to announce who you got on tomorrow night?
We are having commit legacy Mr. Mason Wilhelm is coming on.
That's awesome.
He's Matt Wilhelm's son, and he was committed to North Carolina, but he's decommitted, and he is signing with the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
And he has a legacy, so we're excited to have him come on tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. So, guys, please check it out tomorrow at 8 o'clock on the Buckeye Lounge.
All right, man. Hey, I
Thanks,
appreciate
Chris.
it.
Remember, scum still sucks.
Absolutely. You have a great night, Sean.
You too, brother.
All right.
OH.
IO. Go Bucks.
Scum still sucks.
That was the Schrock Star. To catch him and TG tomorrow night on the Buckeye Lounge with Ohio State recruit Mason Wilhelm. That should be an excellent, excellent show. All right, we are going out to the 402 here. Looks like we got Rocky coming up on the line.
What's going on, Buckeye Nation? We finally did it all day, every year, every season. This is what we live for. Finally, we reclaimed our place as the best team in the Midwest. We're the true blue bloods of college football. We're on top. Michigan didn't stand a chance. All that crying and all that BS that was going on, it mean nothing now, because you know why? We beat them in their own house. They didn't score a doggone touchdown. And first the Buckeye, God, I love that mascot etching the M in their end zone. That's what I'm talking about. 4 quarters in the gridiron, cleats to the turf, with the snow, driving it down their throats. Big Ten, old school, nose grind to the stone, Woody Hayes football. It doesn't matter if you're blue. It doesn't matter if you're Indiana. It doesn't matter if you're SEC. We are Ohio State, and we're going to run right through you so bad you're going to need a ticket to get back in the game. What's good, Buckeye Nation? We're the champs. Let's go.
I'm going to take it you enjoyed the game this weekend. Man, was that not glorious? Was that not the best thing that we have seen? And I'm going to tell you.
I was grovering the whole. Okay, so when the fourth quarter was happening, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was drinking beers, bro. Like I drank a couple beers, in the first half, just getting and feeling it. And the more that looks like we're winning, the more and more and more I was drinking. I was drinking so many beers. I got so sloshed so bad. The hangover was worth it, though.
I'll tell you, Eric and I were down at Baker's Pizza doing a big game watch party, and as I'm watching this game, and tell me if I'm wrong, because this is what I took away from this season in watching this game. Ryan Day and Brian Hartline, Matt Patricia, these coaches, these kids on the team, these are the proverbial kids that are just playing with their food before they eat it. They're out there, all these games, people have complained about how low scoring they've been, how long it's taken, to run plays. And these guys were out there playing with their food. They've just been taking it easy, taking their good old time and having fun with it. And I think now we saw it start to get unleashed versus Michigan. I feel like we're going to see the full arsenal get unleashed in Indianapolis. I think that they are going to unleash on Kirk Cignetti and the Hoosiers.
Well, I mean, I think what should happen, let's assume in the hypothetical, and I absolutely agree with Buck Bader about the injury protocol. Yeah, that's being very tactical. You have to be, because he's absolutely 100% intent correct. I like listening to that guy. That guy is so based. Oh, by the way, speaking about being based, I know me and you don't agree on everything, and trust me, we actually disagree on very, very few things. But speaking about being based, your rants about what drives me wild, dude,
they're so effing based though. Like you're on point with what you're saying too.
Thank
so I just
you.
want to
Yeah.
put that out there. You're so based on that. Going back on the Big Ten championship game, I mean, what I think we should do is put 21 points up on the scoreboard, do a 21 stinker, then just put going on Madden or a college football video game team, do a 21 stinker where you're just three touchdowns ahead, and then it's in your second team. There's no point of having Jay Smith, Tate, everybody else out there for 4 quarters. Let the backups get in. So God forbid if you got an injury, they're getting their feet wet and they don't have that much. You know what I mean? Like the coaching staff. See, this is Ohio State, and what I've noticed that it looks a lot like the Nick Saban Alabama from 2019 to 2014. In my opinion, that was peak Alabama.
Yes.
Okay. The chemistry, the elements, everything that is happening right now in Ohio State, this seems like it's that Alabama team, but up in Ohio State, and oh my God, we're going to be the most hated, and I'm going to, going what I'm saying, the progression. That's what I wanted to get at. So you look at Michigan's Bryce Underpants and then Julian Sane, both freshmen. One's a true freshman, but also redshirt freshman from Ohio State. Right. And throughout the whole season, Julian Sane has improved. He's getting better. He was missing reads. He was making a lot of freshman mistakes, but he gotten better because he had Ryan Day and Brian Hartline, and it's just a great combination between the two of how they develop their players on the offense. Michigan, on the other hand, Bryce Underpants did not progress at all. He was stagnant. He was static. His progression was not dynamic, and I do think that he might be heading out into the transfer portal because it never works out if you're just doing it for the money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you're a young athlete and you got to understand too, like when you're a young athlete, you got to factor in that your freshman year is very important. It's going to determine how you're going to progress when you're ready to start. And he didn't progress at all. Like Drew Aller, for an example. Drew Aller did not progress at Penn State. I know TJ talks about progression a lot, but I'm just making it clear that there is no progression. He was stagnant, and he looked, and I was hoping that it was going to happen all over again. That defense was there to eat and just scared the living pants off of Brian Underpants.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun with him, and I'll tell you, that sack that Kenyatta got, that sack that he got shows you just how weak Underwood is. He literally barely swatted him with his fingertips, and he went down. Now, I understand that the field is slippery. I do understand that. But to me, that was a case of please don't touch me. That was him saying, please don't touch me. Please don't hurt me. I'm a little wussy boy. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
I know. The muscle. I was getting ready to say, man, it's like they might as well change it to the Wolverines to the weenies, like the weasels, weenies, it's whatever you want to go with that. It's just so funny because they were talking about how soft we are and all that, and just like, yeah, well, that's 4 years. Half of it was cheating. I guess you guys forgot about the 2 decades we whooped your ass all, like Jesus. Like people, here's one thing that cracks me up with Michigan fans. Like they're so quick to forget the 2 decades that we just kicked the dog crap out of, and yet they get a few years where they're, seem like they're doing good and they can challenge Ohio State, and they think that it's like the Indiana Signetti syndrome. You know what I mean? Like they think all of a sudden now they're going to be the best. I'm like, no. You got it wrong. Sometimes there's a shift. We reclaim that title. Sit down. And let the adults learn. Just sit down,
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing with the skunk weasels. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. It's pathetic who they are. It's pathetic that they cannot win without cheating. It's pathetic that they tried to cut off our comm system yesterday. It is pathetic the way they guarded their little precious Block M after they pulled that stunt in Columbus. And then if you listen to the press conference afterwards, they asked the running back, well, did you guys do that so they wouldn't plant their flag? Well, yeah. We can't let that happen here. Dude.
Yeah. I know my
you called
running
Ohio
out.
State a bad sport. You said they need to learn how to lose graciously when you planted the flag in Columbus, and then you pulled that crap.
Yeah.
What a bunch of whiny pansies.
Well, they're thuggish hypocrites because they were instigating fights the whole time. They were headbutting referees. They were, like these guys, oh yeah, and also one did a LeBron James flop and the refs waved it off.
Yeah, I love
the guy
that.
was
He embellished the fall.
Like the dude acted like he was made of foam or something, he's just like, is that easy to knock you down? No wonder why you guys lose in the football game. Go back to the weight room before you get back on the gridiron. And yeah, it is pretty suspicious that the comms, there's an issue with our comms. Now from what I was hearing from the announcers, Joe Klatt, they're saying that the referees made Michigan turn their communication off because Ohio State was having problems with theirs.
Which is what they're supposed to do. I wonder if you guys
heard anything with that. Huh?
Which is what they're supposed to do. So, I mean, kudos to the referees if that's what did happen. But I don't know if you've seen it yet. I think it may have been Intrinsic who posted the video that's out of this incident, where you can see Michigan people messing around with, and Ohio State coaches or personnel chase them off yelling at them. And I don't know if they were over there messing with the comm system or what. I don't know enough about it, but there is a video out that has been posted on X. And if that is legit, I think it's time. It warrants another investigation into these guys and their tactics. I mean,
that's why you don't want to do things like that or cheat or harness talents, because when something is in question of said thing, you have no credibility to stand on, and that's exactly they made that bed.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. They have that reputation of being a cheater now. We did
literally.
We did go over our time, but I'm going to let you go ahead and hit me with one last thought. And Ray, I see you, buddy, and you are the next caller up.
Yeah, I'll make this quick. I just wanted to lastly say that I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for this country. I'm thankful for Ohio State. I'm thankful for you, Eric, Mika, Buck Vader, and all the fans in the chat. You guys are great. I do like this. I do love this community. And most importantly, I owe Ryan Day an apology. That guy, we were wrong, the fringe Ohio State lunatics that wanted to get him fired. Look where he's at now. And Ryan Day, if you ever hear this, man, thank you so much. Win, lose, or draw coming on these games, you redeemed yourself, and I'll never, ever doubt you again. You have my promise. Anyways, go Buckeyes. Michigan Weasel Weenies suck. I love you guys. OHIO, I'm out.
All right. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was an apology that many of us had to make. A lot of us made the wrong call with Ryan Day on that one. A lot of us thought that it was time for him to go, and a lot of us were wrong. And I joke on here all the time about how I never doubted him for a minute, but hey, I admit it, I was leading the charge. And guys, I thank God, like Rocky was saying, thank God that he actually stuck through it, took this team, embraced this team, and put them on his back, and took them to a national championship. And look at where we're at now. we are on the verge of a second consecutive. So, but we got to get through Saturday first. Let's one step at a time. Now, Eric and I, before I bring this next caller on, Eric and I talked about Ray at Baker's Pizza on Saturday while we were there. And as we're watching this game, I looked over at Eric several times and said, you know, I promise you, as much fun as we're having, as happy as we are, I think Ray's happier. I think Ray is probably running 3 miles full sprint backwards, dancing on tables, because he finally got what he wanted. Somebody went into the outhouse and bullied the former bullies. Ray, are you there?
The bullies got bullied.
That's right.
The bullies got bullied.
That's right. I was just telling everybody. I told Eric as we're watching that game, I'm like, you know who's loving this? Ray is loving this.
You know, my little weasel son, that's 46, called me last year when they won 13-10. I said, I didn't say anything about your 5 losses, and you got to rub it in my face about this? He's a jerk. I love him, but he's a jerk. Just like all the Michigan fans. They're all jerks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Hey, if I tell you something, I'm going to thank God that we played Saturday. I know we got snow, but it was only 5 miles an hour. If it would have been in the middle of the week, it would have been 45 to 50 mile an hour winds, and the same the next day. So we got lucky on the wind being down, because it's a totally different game if it's 40 miles an hour instead of 5 miles an hour.
You know, it is. It is, because you don't get that big pass to Carnell Tate. The passing game becomes more difficult. I think we still are effective with a short passing game. That 10 to 15 yards and in. But anything over 15 yards, when you guys got those kind of wins, it becomes an adventure. So you're right. It does become a totally different game. But you know what? I was impressed to see them use the pass to open the run. And then once they got the run opened up, I mean, we were talking about this again Saturday when we were watching our game watch party. And, oh my goodness, Austin Severveld, Montgomery, Tegra Shabola, Hensman, all these guys just driving their blocks. Just driving these guys into the second level when they're run blocking.
Yep.
It was what we've waited 5 years to see, Ray. It was domination on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Ball. They were playing team ball, and that's what they need to do Saturday. Because I tell you what, I'm worried about Smith, okay? He got shut down again. He had one catch for that 30, 40-yard pass. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was pissed when they started looking at that replay 3 or 4 times. I was afraid they were going to overturn it, call it a touchback. But thank God they got it right. They didn't overturn it. But Smith, I thought I had to worry about Tate not being able to be full run. He looked all right. But Smith did not look all right, because the other 2 catches were like 2 or 3 yards. He's got to play better this Saturday. I thank God he played, and I'm hoping he'll play again Saturday. But I'm a little bit worried about his injury. Do you think that they shut him down like that? But we did run the ball a lot, 12 minutes, that drive. So I don't really know. Do you think he's full speed, or it seemed like to me that guy was shutting him down?
I think it's full speed, but I think the offense was taking what the defense was giving them. I think it was
Chris. I was going crazy after that first play. I said, "Oh my God, another 30, 40-yard run to start the first game," and then they get down to 10-yard line, and thank God we stopped them, kick the field goal. And then on that first play, I loved that throw to Tate. It was like 60, 70 yards in the air, and it was almost perfect. And that defensive back, you got to give him credit. He come in there at the last second and batted the ball away.
That was great defense.
I don't know how he did that.
That was great defense. I'm not going to say a negative thing about that guy. That was a beautiful, beautiful defensive play. Hats off to that young man. You're talking about Carnell Tate.
Then the next play, we get an interception. I said, "Oh my goodness, is it going to be another terrible nightmare for us?"
Eric and I were, like I said, we were sitting there together. Neither one of us got angry. Neither one of us started to flip out. Neither one of us panicked.
Yeah.
But we both got very quiet for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But, we had faith in that defense, and that's really
Right.
as good as the offense
They
was.
held
Let's
it
call
to
it
a
what it
field
is.
goal.
That defense held that game or won that
That
game.
kicker's been doing terrible for Michigan all year, and he gets 3 field goals. All of them, he made every one of them. But our kicker made both his field goals, too.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was good to see. And there's a lot of great things to take away from that game. There's still some things.
You know what I loved the most in that game, though? We got those 3 touchdown passes, and I think that gives the offensive line a lot of confidence. So we were up 20, 24-9 or something like that.
Yeah.
When they were on the 13-yard line, they drove every play. It was 3rd down or 4th down, and they were getting it every time because it makes you feel so good because all the Michigan fans are screaming and yelling, and they get disappointed every time we get a 1st down on that play. And we took 12 minutes off the clock. That's the kind of bullying they did. I told you going into this game, we got to win the game on the offensive and defensive line. And that's going to be the way it is this week with Indiana. You better not go in there taking them for granted because, they've had 2 or 3 close games, but they've killed everybody too. You don't know which team's going to show up for Indiana. It's like for us.
Well, here's the thing, right? And this is what I've discovered about Indiana as I've watched them through this year. And
Go ahead.
a lot of people are talking about how great they are, and they're a very good team. They are a very good team. I am not going to sit here and say that they're an awful team. What I'm going to say is this. Okay. When they play a defense that is a top-tier defense, their offense does struggle. If you look, their point production versus Oregon, 30 points, far below their season average. Against Iowa, that Iowa game was ugly. I think that was 2015 was the final. Again, 20 points on offense, far below their season average. The game against Penn State, when they played Penn State, it was a low-scoring affair, 27-24. What I have found is that Penn State, when they play teams of equal or greater talent, are struggling. They're still getting wins. Don't get me wrong. Indiana is still getting wins.
Yeah.
But they are struggling. And none of those 3 teams I mentioned are anywhere near as good as Ohio State. Now, that being said,
correct,
Ohio State can't go in saying that we're that good. They can't go in saying, hey, we just did this, we just did that. It's a new week, and you better focus because Signetti is going to have those kids focused.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. We've come off a big victory now. Are we going to be focused? Because if we're not focused, Indiana will beat us.
Yes.
Hey, I don't know what. I haven't had a chance to look on the YouTube, but Ohio State Insider, they got a whole bunch of crap going about a massive scandal coming out about Michigan again. When this season's over, after we win the national championship, which I hope we get behind Michigan State, stuck their neck out and give us that tape. And the NCAA went after their ass and took 14 wins away from them. And they didn't do nothing to the bullies. We need to get everybody in the whole Big Ten. Ohio State needs to get behind all the teams in the Big Ten and say, look, we're going to go to the Big Ten and we're going to go to the NCAA, and they're going to say, you give back Michigan State those 14 victories, or you give Michigan what they deserve. If not, we're going to raise hell about it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. There was such an uneven distribution of punishment.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
You know why they did it, because they kept threatening to sue it. You took it all the way through all these steps, and all I heard for the whole 2 to 3 years, they're not cooperating. They're going to get hammered. And they didn't cooperate at all, and they got a $30 million fine. No suspension for the 2-year bowl ban. The committee, those committee people, they ought to be put in prison for what they did.
They acknowledged that what happened was suspension worthy was bowl ban worthy. Now, that being said, I don't know why they didn't make the call in accordance with their mandate, but this I will say. I have a very serious feeling that some individuals on that panel saw their bank accounts get a lot larger that week.
I'll tell you, I was so
that.
impressed by Bo Jackson. What a great game he had
Yes.
again. He had 117 yards. He made some beautiful cuts in between, and he caught 3 or 4 passes, 40, 50 yards. You could make him MVP, or you could give it to Tate, or you could give it to Sane for the 3 touchdown passes. After that interception, he did great, but he's going to have to be careful in this game to make sure that the one guy ain't double teamed. Go to his tight end, go to the other receivers. We can't have turnovers in this game because that can kill you too.
Yeah, absolutely. Turnovers are the one thing that are the great equalizer.
Yep.
They are a great equalizer.
I've seen many games like that where the favorite team lost because they went down 2 or 3 times. And another thing that worries me, we were down in the red zone and they get a penalty hit at headbutt, and we had like 6 plays for 1 yard and we couldn't get a yard.
Yeah.
That worries me because we did that 2 or 3 times down there. You can't miss up drives like that and that's almost like a turnover.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
It frustrated the hell out of me. We couldn't get a yard, but then we're driving 12 minutes and just knocking them right off the ball. But I think after that Tate touchdown, after the second drive we got after the second half, that relaxed me bad because I knew this game's over. They're not coming back. They don't have the firepower with that quarterback to come back on us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What'd they pay that guy? $12 million a year?
$12 million a year. Hey, before we get going, Ray, I just want to throw this out there, guys. 567-483-1999. If you want to get in on this action, we will be going here for about another, I'm going to say 15 to 20 minutes. If we have calls, if we don't, we'll probably shut it down shortly thereafter that, or shortly after this. But guys, that number again is 567-483-1999. All right, Ray. So, go ahead with your thought. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I was just happy with Bo Jackson. I thought he had a great game. He knows how to cut. And I'll tell you what, I'll give our running backs credit. They hit us hard a few times, and we could have easily coughed the ball up. We didn't do it. We're hanging on the ball good. If we can do that against Indiana, I think we'll be in fine shape. But saying he threw that into double coverage, that pick, he played great the rest of the game. I mean, but did anybody go to the game you know of? Because I think it was only 5-mile-an-hour winds, wasn't it?
I don't know anybody that personally went. Now, I do know Vader's sister went to the game. But other than that,
I was proud of all our fans, the way they showed up after the game, and all our players jumped up there and took pictures with their families. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been waiting a long time for the Bullies to finally get they'll never get the justice they deserve. But if we can go on a 4 or 5 game winning streak on them, that would really make me super happy.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be awesome.
I wonder who the Bullies will play now. They've lost 3 games. I hope they play wait for them to pick some weak team to play. If they play a tough team, they'll get their butts beat for a 4th time.
Yeah.
Hey, could you do me one favor before I leave?
What's that?
Look up their schedule for next year, because Eric was talking about they got a tough schedule next year. I want to look at it to hear what their schedule is, to see how many losses we can get for the Bullies next year.
We can do that. Ask and you shall receive.
All right, thank you.
I've got Eric back on screen with me actually right now. I'm going ahead and brought it. Apparently Eric's got something he wanted to say because he popped in with us. I'll tell you what, Eric, if you want to jump in, I am going to go over and check out that schedule for Ray.
Oh, you don't have to. I have it in my head already.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, they go
Eric.
on the. What's up? What's up, Ray?
Eric.
Good to hear from you,
Bullies
my
got
brother.
bullied.
Yeah, they did. They got a taste of their own medicine.
We ran up and down the throat of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, brother. I'll tell you, Chris and I were talking about you during the game. I said, Ray's going to love this.
You there, Eric?
Yeah,
Oh,
can you
Eric,
hear
he
me?
can't. They can't. I don't think he can hear you.
Oh, shucks.
Okay. But check that schedule out for me.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for. I'm looking at my chops. I'm hoping it's a tough thing so we can get 4 or 5 losses back for them next year.
Oh, there's 4
'Cause
losses.
now they're ready to fire more again. If the little weasel gets fired, you know he can't go anywhere else to coach. You know that, don't you?
Right. He's got a show call.
Right, because he's got show cause. All right, here we
Right.
go.
Okay.
The
let me hear.
2026 football schedule. They start out with the Western Michigan Broncos, most likely a win. Then they get Oklahoma visiting the outhouse.
Okay.
That-
Oklahoma can
that's-
take 'em.
That I think could be a loss. You have UTEP
Right.
coming in to the outhouse. I think
Ooh.
that is actually a win. UTEP.
Should be.
Week 4 though.
It ain't Utah. It's
No,
UTEP.
UTEP.
Huh? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, now they got a nasty little stretch right here in the middle. This is kind of reminiscent of what we saw with Ohio State this year. You have
Okay.
the Indiana Hoosiers coming into town.
Okay. Indiana can take them.
We have the Iowa Hawkeyes coming. Well, wait a minute. These aren't dated.
They're
yet.
not in order.
Yeah, the first 3 they're in order, but after that, the Big Ten schedule is not in order yet. But so you've got Indiana, Iowa, Michigan State, Penn State, and UCLA all at home. So you've got to figure Indiana.
All them games are at home.
Yeah, they've got.
They don't have a road game out of those Big Ten games.
Oh no, I've got Big Ten road games coming up for you. But that's
they got 2 of them.
they got
Okay.
2 that are really tough road games. Maybe I can see an argument for a third even. They got to go. Then they have to go to Minnesota. They have to go to Eugene and play Oregon. They have to go to
that's
Columbus,
nice.
to Columbus to play Ohio State, and they have to go.
Yes. We
to
we can't
Piscataway.
wait for that one. I'm licking my chops already.
They have to beat Oklahoma. They have to win 2 of the
this-
3 against
I
Oklahoma.
thought Thanksgiving
I
was
think
the
it was
turkey
5.
and the pumpkin pie and the eggnog was great. This topped it off. This was like cherries on top of it.
Yeah, I can see, Eric. I can see a path to 5 losses
Yeah.
with Oklahoma, Indiana, Iowa,
Oh, yes.
Ohio
Yes.
State, and Oregon. And even if they get past Iowa, can you completely sleep on Penn State?
Yeah, don't sleep. I was going to say, Penn State's all of a sudden getting better.
You know, I've really had a rough winter, you know, and it's been rough around my house, people scamming me, but I'm 76, but I almost feel like living to be 100 now because I want to see so many more Buckeye killing the bullies again over and over.
Yeah. That's. I'll tell you, Ray. It's been a glorious couple of days. As great as the game, you know, you think back, as great as the national championship was, as great as this season run has been, as great as it was Saturday, I don't know what the best thing might not be watching the Michigan fans melt down. Because they're absolutely losing their minds. Like I said, I've seen fans pulling TVs off of walls, throwing things through TV. A little grandma throwing a shoe through a TV. You know, I've seen it's crazy the things that I've seen, and it is absolutely hilarious. And I love this. I love this for us. I love this for Ryan Day. I love this for the Ohio State team. It is great what's happening right now. All right, and
you know what? Why they're losing it for 365 days. I hope they think about all the cheating and lying they did to get those victories. And maybe we can go after we get done to win the national championship and get a great recruiting class. We could help Michigan State go fight the NCAA and the Big Ten and tell them you either kick that team out of the Big Ten or you give them what they deserve now. We're not going to put up with this crap anymore. You know, they've cheated and lied so many areas just to win 2 or 3 games so little Jim Harbaugh, the weasel, could get an NFL job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eric,
right.
Can Eric hear me now?
Eric can hear you. Eric can hear you. I don't think you can hear Eric. That's been a flaw on our call-in shows.
All right, Eric. The bullies got bullied, Eric. We got to run all over them again next year and throw that pass. Let's just hope Smith can burn Indiana this week. I hope we can recover. We got to get back in gear here because we got a tough opponent coming up.
Yeah, we do. But I'll tell you, I'm riding the Ryan Day confidence train right now, Ray. All right, buddy. Hey, right, I appreciate the call. Great hearing from you. Yeah. I knew you were going to be excited about this one. So, hey.
Hey, God bless you guys. Yep. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, all you guys.
We had a great Thanksgiving. We had a great time at Baker's for the watch party. Hey, appreciate the call, Ray. You have a great night. OH.
I-O.
Go Bucks. All right. Looks like we have one caller left.
Hey, before you do that, because I got to go and get ready for the Indiana interview, for the preview.
Yeah.
I figured something out finally. Everybody's been asking for it. I wanted to announce it. You now can gift memberships on Patreon. So, I am putting the link in the comment section right now. And we will run advertising on our social media, and we will put the link in our future videos as well. But there you go. So everybody's been asking about it. That's how you now can do it. So if you go to that link, you can then purchase a membership, a 1-year membership for somebody else.
That is awesome.
So for Christmas. So if you want a 1-year membership for Christmas, if your wife says, honey, what do you want for Christmas? I don't know what to get you. You can say, here's the link. You go buy this for me. And then she can set up your email. It'll send to your inbox the link that then you go into and you sign up, and it's all paid for you. So there you go. So just click on that link. That'll take you to where you can give somebody a membership. And Coconut says 1 year, how much? It's $60. $60 will get you a 1-year membership. Now, you can buy the $20 a month one for 12 months. What is that?
$240.
$240, but $5 is fine. I mean, they're both there. You just toggle which one you want, and then it'll send it to them. And there you go. And then I put in a submission, Chris, with Patreon. You have to ask them for this. I didn't know this. I put in a submission for us to give our current members 1 month free if they pay for the whole year in 2026. But it didn't let me set it up yet, but I got it. It says pending. So obviously they have to approve it first. And so that's coming down the pike for all of you, because I know you all been asking, hey, I'd like to just pay for a whole year up front instead of by the month. And I like that, but we want to make it worthwhile for you by giving you 1 month free and doing that. That makes more sense. So that's pending. But right now, if you want to go buy someone a membership for a year, you can do that. And what it does is it literally gives you a code to email them, and then they can click on that and put that code in, and they got the membership. Here's the key. If you buy it for them, they have to activate it by no later than March 1st. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying our darndest to get to that 200 number for Vader. So head over to Patreon, hit that link. We'll do something in Patreon for everybody, and we're gonna do all kinds of. And plus, Chris, we probably on Patreon need to do our giveaway for last month as well, because it's December 1st. So
yeah, absolutely. And hey, I lost my last caller, so if we don't have anybody else.
Did you know who it was?
Wrap this thing. I don't know who it was. Check in your private chat though, because I have a suspicion of who it may have been.
Oh.
So,
Got
yeah.
you. Got
But
you.
I'm not
That's
sure.
funny.
So, if he calls back in, maybe we'll field the call if the caller calls back in. But I don't know. Maybe Michigan's messing with our comms now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, right? Who
So,
knows? Anyways, I just wanted to let everybody know that was one of the things I was working on while Chris was taking my place, and I was doing 3 things at once and trying to listen to the show. So I heard most of it. Though.
oh, apparently it was Mika who was trying to call in. Mika, please try to call in again. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'll talk to you for a hot second, see if she calls back.
All right. Let's see if we can get her back in.
What question should I ask the Indiana guy tonight on the preview?
Is Kurt Signetti as big a jerk in person?
He ain't
as
gonna
he
answer
appears
that
in-
like that. They love Kurt. They love
they-
that man.
Why is it that Indiana struggles when they play a team that's got a top 50 defense?
I can ask that better than you would. Sure.
What's wrong with the way I asked it? I was just being direct, man.
Exactly. You gotta be gentle. You gotta be gentle. Guess who
I'm not
contacted?
here to stroke anybody's ego.
I didn't say stroke his ego. I just said you gotta be gentle. Hey, guess who wants to jump on that preview show?
The DK. DK would be even less gentle than I am.
I know.
It won't work. It's kicked her off twice.
What?
Mika, we will look into that. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we will get that fixed because that's not going to work for me.
Well,
So,
all right. I'll let you wrap this show up. Hey, everybody! Tomorrow at noon is the Ryan Day press conference. We'll do that live.
Maybe I'll be on with you.
If class, because it's snowing right now.
Well, and they had updated. The last I saw, Merriam was in the 4 to 6 inch band. There's a little scoop up here, goes 4 to 6 inches. Maybe, just maybe, with a little snow and ice, I might be able to join you tomorrow.
And on top of that,
as well as my comms aren't bad.
We have a video with Alex King Buckeye, who makes a public apology to Ryan Day. Awesome video. You need to watch this video. That'll be out tomorrow. We had the Ryan Day press conference, and don't forget TG and Sean's interview tomorrow as well at 8 o'clock. So.
Yep, Mason Wilhelm going to be on with him tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Our preview probably drops Wednesday, I imagine.
That's the plan.
You and I have to. The Buckeye ladies.
You and I got to finish recording it.
Yeah,
and
then
the
Buckeye ladies. Friday, who knows? We'll probably do something fun on Patreon Friday, I imagine. That's been kind of the MO lately, right?
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else going on. Bart invited us out to his facility to, you haven't been there yet, they have this giant big screen, and he wants to do some kind of live watch there from the facility with the big screen. I'm not sure how we'd pull it off. Help me think about that, how we would be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
They've got fiber, so the internet shouldn't be an issue. But how would we pull it off with all of us?
We basically have to do it like you and I did from your couch that time, I would think, but we wouldn't be able to. Would we be able to play the game as well?
See what I'm saying?
I mean, we could old school do it like the YouTube, but I don't know if we could.
I think we should try something out with an older game, so that way, if it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we could possibly set up multiple cameras, multiple computers.
Because you want what we're watching on the big screen to be the same thing that they're watching on Patreon, with our live reaction at the same time on the split screen.
Right.
And that's I'm trying to figure out in my head how we would pull that off. But anyways, beside the point, I got to go. Wrap your show up. Love you all, everybody. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Podfather, for dropping in. And we are going to go ahead and wrap this thing up for the night, guys, because I haven't got any more callers coming in. Mika, I am so sorry that your call has not come through we will make sure that that is fixed for you, hopefully by next time. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's the gremlins. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's Connor. Maybe it's the team up north playing with our comms. Maybe, just maybe, this guy is back. Y'all remember him. That's right. The gremlin. Maybe he's back. Maybe he's messing with our comms. I don't know. But guys, that's going to do it for tonight's Monday night call-in show. Victory Monday. The Monday after we took down that team up north. Look forward to seeing y'all in our game watch this week. Don't forget the other shows we've dropped and mentioned. Thank you all. To Caden, thank you for all the super chats, buddy. Really appreciate that. That's going to help keep the show going. Until next time, good night. God bless. Go Buckeyes.